Hello and welcome to a new episode of Cultural Magazine, in which we bring to you the latest and most important cultural news in Egypt. In our program segments, we bring to you a diversity of cultural events, varying from music, singing to drama, up to the various cultural events taking place in Egypt. So if you're interested in the cultural life in Egypt, stay with us. The painting exhibition Zat Nagat al-Kahila, Nagat's Beautiful Dark Eyes, was held recently at the Gezira Art Center. The exhibition reflects the artistic style and the inner visual artist Nagat Farouk. Nagat shows black and white colors as the main theme of this exhibition. The work reflects the various stages of Nagat's life as well as her inner emotions.
أنا من زمان التراث الشعبي من الحاجات اللي بتستهويني جدا، التيمة الشعبية. الريف المصري، الصعيد، كل ده أنا بشوفه حاجة جميلة جدا إن أنا أخد منها الخطوط والزخرفة والتفاصيل اللي بتبقى موجودة على.
I'm deeply interested in Egypt's folk art, the countryside and Upper Egypt. They are rich with their artistic elements, lines and details. They are quite inspirational, with the murals drawn on the walls of the homes, the facial expressions of the rural women and their facial tattoos. The richly decorated and colorful outfits with its floral motifs and multi-layered ends. I'm interested in the details, especially those related to women. The Egyptian women are unique women. We are strong, caring, the mother, the wife, and friend. I'm not being biased, but I consider the Egyptian women to be one of the strongest women worldwide. They are loving, patient, enduring, and simple. This is reflected in my exhibition, Black and White, Zat Nagat al-Kahila, which I entitled After Myself. The artworks here reflect many stages of my life, like childhood and youth. Women and girls are present in most of my paintings. I have 2 daughters, so I depicted them with me in my paintings. I painted us playing together. I also painted birds. Birds are one of my emblems. I like painting in black and white, as the contrast of colors and the degrees of black and white emphasizes and defines the paintings.
الألوان بحبها وفي مراحل كتير قوي أنا استخدمت فيها الألوان في السنين اللي سبقت ده.
I like using colors and I have used colors in other works.
فكرة الأسود الحلو.
But here I wanted to use black, darker black. That's why I called it Kahila, dark, which means attractive black, like the beautiful dark eyes are called Kahila. And I liked and linked it to my name. as this exhibition reflects my inner soul, dreams and aspirations. Although I painted with black color, yet all my drawings are filled with hope. Simplicity is the main feature of this exhibition. The paintings are easy to comprehend. It doesn't need a professional eye to understand its content and morale. I expressed all my inner feelings on paper. I believe that this is truthfulness. To me, art is the mirror of one's own soul. Visual artist Hala Sharouni is known for her unique work. She has held an art exhibition reflecting her inner feelings. The exhibition is filled with beautiful portraits in multicolors.
It's mainly about the composition in the painting. I love to make composition, not only just one element in the painting. I love to make composition between bodies and heads and hands, and it's I don't know, but and it's also like reflect and represent the feelings and how they think and how they talk, and this composition, artistic way and like socially way. When you look at a figure in a painting, the eye is the first thing you notice. So, and they always say like the eye is the mirror of your soul, and this is how you see their soul from inside, but through their eyes. So the eyes are important in my work. I use mixed media, acrylic paints and markers and oil pastel, and I love to make layers. I love how I express my feelings through the colors and everything, and I work with my hands, so I think the painting is rich, and I love using colors. I love the pure colors and bright colors. When I graduated, my work was a little bit dark, maybe because of my age, but now I think when you grow old a little bit, you feel like you want to see colors, and yes, I love colors, especially in my paintings recently. I wish to get exposed more in the culture and artistic field, because it's difficult, really difficult for the artist to show themselves and introduce yourself to the people and the galleries. It's a little bit hard here. I really I wish I can make like a mark in life to people, and more people come to my exhibition.
Foreign expeditions play an important role in the excavation of ancient Egyptian sites. Among these missions is the German Archaeological Institute with its coordinator Amani Ghanem, who was recently honored by the ambassador of Germany to Egypt for her life achievements.
الايفنت بتاع النهارده ده تكريم من حكومه المانيا الاتحاديه للعمل اللي قمت بيه بقالي 40 سنه في المعهد الالماني للاثار.
Today I'm being honored by the Federal Republic of Germany for my life achievements. I've been working for 40 years as the international coordinator at the German Archaeological Institute in Cairo. My main job was to ameliorate and cooperate as well as enhance the cultural relations between Egypt and the Federal Republic of Germany. The German Archaeological Institute in Cairo has been founded in Egypt 100 years ago. We have been coordinating with the Supreme Council of Antiquities, now the Ministry of Antiquities. We contribute to their publications and excavations. We're working at different Egyptian sites in Elephantine, Zira Abu Naga, Butu, Tell al-Fara'in, and Dahshur. My main job was to coordinate between both governments to facilitate their mutual cooperation at a time 40 years ago when there were no social media or internet, so building such bridges and communications was much harder than nowadays. Egypt and Germany have strong bilateral relations. Cultural-wise, Germans have always loved and appreciated Egypt, the Egyptians and our civilization. They are passionate about the Egyptian civilization. They have the best and most renowned Egyptologists.
النهارده تكريم لسيدة لها دور كبير جدا في التعاون ما بين مصر وألمانيا. هي سيدة كانت لها
Today we're honoring a lady who played a vital role in the cooperation between Egypt and Germany. She has been working for years at the German Archaeological Institute in Cairo. She liaisoned between the two countries and ameliorated the relations between us. Mrs. Amani Ghanim deserves the award bestowed upon her tonight. She is not only efficient in her work, but trustworthy as well.
I think this is a day when Germany honors an Egyptian member of this institute who earned an enormous merit, and without her I think our work would have been something close to impossible. So we are very happy. I think the relationship between Egypt and Germany is excellent since all the time I experience in my life. Because it's, you know, that for Germany, not just as a state but as a population and as a culture, Egypt is one of the most important countries in the world, and the heritage of Egypt and the history of Egypt, this is something which is really a foundation of German national identity. I think there is a broad spectrum of what we are doing for Egyptians. So it's on the one hand, we have in our field projects, of course, our team always includes Egyptian colleagues, and we are now investing more and more energy also in teaching classes, both at universities and in the context of our excavation projects, not just in Cairo but also in Aswan, for instance. And also we have a program of scholarships for Egyptian colleagues to travel to Germany, to know the German university system, to make contacts. I think this is very useful.
Archaeology is important because it's so fascinating for Germans, because it attracts so many tourists, and I hope in the future more again to Egypt, because we are very proud of our archaeological institute, and because the cooperation is very developed, which you can see from the fact that your Minister of Antiquities used to be the attaché of the Egyptian embassy in Berlin, responsible for antiquities.
I think if you look back at our history, the history of the German Archaeological Institute, I mean, then you will see that this is a very long-lasting, very long-standing relationship. It goes back to the year 1907, when the first German Archaeological Institute was founded in Cairo. It was only interrupted during the two world wars, of course, but after the two wars, Egypt and Germany always reinstalled the relationships between the Egyptian Antiquities Organization and the German Archaeological Institute. So what more can you say about a good relationship than it lasted for more than 100 years?
Cultural Magazine, we're keen to bring to you the latest and the most interesting cultural news in the country. So if you're interested, stay with us. In this segment, we will be looking into the graduation ceremony of the 5th class of the Egyptian branch of Prince Charles Traditional Schools and Handicrafts, which is located in London.
I feel that my father is a pianist. I got brought up in a somehow artistic family. My mother used to like antiques and furniture, and I liked to draw as a little child. And when I grew up, I liked to do different things. Lately, since 5 years or 6 years, I started doing my own project in jewelry. So I like colors. I like creating things. I like to feel that I have a product that comes out of my hands. So when I knew about the diploma, I thought about it. And at that time, I wasn't really having a full-time job. So I joined it because we have to be there 3 times a week. So when I started joining, I like to learn new things. And that was the main reason. Although I'm a mother of 2 daughters, 2 girls, but still I wanted to learn something new. I've learned about the diploma from a relative, and he encouraged me to join because knowing that I have an artistic background, or I'm interested I would be interested in joining. And the minute I wasn't working, I thought that I want to join the diploma. It was 2 years ago, and I started with the program, and I felt it enriched my knowledge more than what I've already knew. The most important thing about it is that it's a practical diploma. It's not about history, and we don't have to read a lot or learn from books. It's all practical. So we were learning as we go. Each day, each class, we have learned something new, and I think I had to leave my jewelry work for a while, although I do it at home. And then when I restarted again after a while, I felt, or maybe people felt, that it was different. It had a different development. So I think that any art knowledge, any learning of art in any kind, it enriches your knowledge unconsciously. Maybe you cannot really feel it, or maybe it's not related to what you do directly, but at the end it affects your personality and your character that comes out in other work. the techniques and know-how I've learned. It added what I've learned added to my techniques and know-how. But I think that I influenced I like colors in general, and I think that this influenced my work, because in my jewelry I like to work with colorful stones, and I like to combine different stones. And the same happened with me in the colors of my projects. I'm thinking of, I wish to start working with ceramics more. It needs a bit of setting up a workshop and having all the materials with you, around you, so you can start working efficiently. What we had here in the center, that we had everything available for us, so it made it easier, and we had all our teachers around us asking them whenever we need anything. So I think it needs a trial period to start working with pottery or ceramics in general.
In today's episode, we brought to you a variety of cultural segments, and by viewing them, we come to an end of this episode of Cultural Magazine. Until we meet again next week, it's goodbye.